I'm like Zoolander. I can only go one way. So my cord keeps getting tangled the same direction. By the end of the show, it's like 1 foot long.
I can only go one way.
Yep.
Have you tried going the other way? It's just...
It feels so unnatural. I think
I feel like I'm faking it.
And then when
left.
Yeah, I know. And I think about it, and then I'm like, wait, which way do I normally go? It's like weird. But you know, that's the thing about us. Like, have you ever tried brushing your teeth with your left hand? Fucking impossible. It feels really weird.
Yeah. I'm in. We're not even recording. I don't know why. Yeah, no, that's strange.
No, we're just talking.
Nice.
No, I mean,
we are recording.
We are recording.
Hey, it's not my first time.
They're gonna get our toothbrush talk.
Trying to catch us out. Yeah.
Right. Nice to see you guys.
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast.
Sappenin!
You are listening to Sappenin Podcast featuring myself, Sean Smith, and my good friend Morgan Richards.
Yes, it's me, Morgan Richards, and whatever your confession, bad habits, or karma, this episode is a Canadian state of emergency to help you smile in your sleep.
Yes, this week's episode features Canada's finest, Shane Told of the brilliant Silverstein.
Woo! He's back, third time on the podcast. Shane Told, one of our bestest podcasting friends, I believe, when you think of all the...
No, enemies, if anything. He's got a rival podcast called Lead Singer Syndrome that I haven't been on, and he's been on here twice now, so he's now my mortal enemy.
Well, this makes this whole thing awkward then, really, doesn't it?
Very awkward. Very, very awkward. But no, what a wonderful chat we had with Shane in Manchester at the Ritz while they were headlining back earlier this year when they had the mighty Callous Cowboys and Thursday out with them.
Yes, so basically, Silverstein are celebrating 25 years of noise, touring all over the globe for their anniversary. They've been so busy this year. They're releasing 2 new albums, Anti-Bloom, which is available now, and they're going to be putting out another collection of songs in Pink Moon later on this year. So with all this touring wildness going on, we got invited to go to Manchester, the first day of their UK tour, to record with Shane. And it's always a pleasure when there's a new album out by Silverstein of just getting to catch up and shoot the shit with someone who kind of gets this scene and has been involved in so many different parts of it for the last 2.5 decades.
Yes, what a good egg. What a great band. What a great output of music so far from Silverstein. They keep getting better and better. And yeah, it's a very insightful chat into the behind-the-scenes look of what Silverstein have been up to, what they've got coming up. And yeah, always fantastic chat with them.
Yeah, throughout this, we're going to be talking everything from Mario Kart to pinball, podcast folklore, the most famous contact in his phone, career ups and downs, very personal admissions, why they need to be back on the Emo's Not Dead cruise, and just how these last 25 years have been so unique for the band's emo legacy. If you listen to this for the first time or you're a regular listener, please show us some love at Sappenin Pod on Instagram. Take a screenshot of this, post it in your stories, tag us. Just share the love far as wide as you possibly can. But if you'd like to help continue these things going each and every week, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Sappenin. Over there's a whole community of people that get involved with this thing. They keep it going. They're meeting up at gigs and festivals and having a giant laugh. I've seen some of them have been flying over to the US to meet up with US patrons to go and watch Silverstein on Thursday at the last few minutes. It's all crazy. Someone's moved over from Australia. It's a whole thing. Come and join the community. Patreon.com/Sappenin.
I went to one of their weddings the other day as well.
Oh, you did?
So,
how was that?
Yeah. It was very good. Very good. Congratulations again to Josh and Rachel. It was a fantastic evening. The photo booth was very, very fun. Can I just say, as I'm recording this right now, I have got the Attack Pro Wrestling former 2-time 24/7 champion Hudson literally hanging off my face. Say Sappenin, Eds.
Sappenin.
We're Sappenin all the time, but there you go. But yeah, let's get on with this, is it?
Yes, this is Shane Told for the third time on Sappenin Podcast.
Bloody hell. Is he almost...
No,
Talk to
man.
us.
No, man. We've had
we've got McFly.
and Olden Absence and Charlie Simpson and Neck Deep.
I just can't fucking stop with those, like me. Anyway. Sappenin!
Sappenin!
Sappenin.
He whispered, like.
Sappenin.
Yes! Joining us right now is the beautiful Shane Told of Silverstein.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm beautiful.
It's nice to be back in the UK, in England. It's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. That was...
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so, okay, well, I'll see you guys in another, 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah. Same cycle.
Silverstein.com.
Music. SilversteinMusic.com.
Oh,
There you go.
Here we
Thank
are.
you very much.
That's it. Yeah, hit me up at Shane Told on most platforms.
You've gone too far now.
That's it. That's all there is.
No, but cool.
Yeah. Oh, we have a new record too. Okay, bye.
That's it. That's literally... Thank you. No,
No, man, how are you? How are things? It's lovely to see you. My favorite bit about when you put a new album out is just we get an excuse to do another one of these.
Yeah, exactly. And
which is a great reason. Thank you for putting the album out. I know you did it specifically for this.
yeah, it's funny though because I think you always hear about the old days with bands would it's we got to promote the album. We do the tour to promote the album. Now it's I think we just do the album to promote the tour,
Yeah.
if anything. All right, it's kind of it all goes hand in hand, I guess. But yeah, the world is very backwards, and we're just doing our part. No, man, things are good. Things are good. We had a slower 2024, and now 2025 is already crazy. It's not even March, and we've already done a full US tour, and the record. All the singles are released and the record came out, and I look ahead and it's oh my God, we still have so much to do. So it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
But I'm already tired and it's not even March.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
But congratulations on the record.
Thank you.
A ripper, another good one.
It feels good.
Yeah. People are over the moon with it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different because, this time around we made 2 records. So 2 shorter records, they're both coming out this year, but we recorded them all together, all the songs and everything. And it's funny because Nick, the record's out and I'm like, which songs do we put on which record? That one hasn't come out yet. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Oh, that one hasn't come out. Oh, that's a good. And I'm like, well, shit, this record's awesome and the response has been amazing, but the record coming out later might even be better. So it's cool. It feels good. It's just, it's a little different than the last fucking 15, 20 records we've put out, or however many we're on.
Yeah, you've got a lot. You've got
It's
a
a lot
lot.
of records.
Well, what was the initial idea to bring 2 albums out this year with all that?
So what happened was, I moved to Las Vegas.
Ooh, nice.
And which was great. I'm really happy out there. And, it's only a stone's throw from LA. And for the first time, I got convinced to do some songwriting with some other people in LA, which I'd never done before.
Oh, wow.
I just wrote songs in my bedroom. It's just that's what I do. That's what I do, and because it was so close, Paul, our drummer / manager, was like, hey, just go try it or whatever. So I was like, okay, I don't know about this. And I got there and I was like, I fucking love this.
I should have been doing this fucking
I
15
should
years.
have been doing this all along. I don't know, if it was my ego or just a fear of not being worthy of actual professional songwriters or what it was. But once I got in there, I was like, this is awesome. All these, I don't know, my preconceived notions of what that was completely wrong. I don't know what I thought it was going to be like someone forcing me to do something I didn't want to do, I guess was the fear. But once I got in the room and I was like, no, man, like most of these people are like younger than me, grew up with the band, are fans of what I do, and probably know what I should do better than I know. And they're just so driven. And that's the problem I have. I'll start writing a song. I'm like, this part's pretty cool. Go downstairs, put on Netflix, make a fucking sandwich. And then, what was that part again? You know, and then it takes me a long time to write songs. But when you're in a room with somebody and whatever, right? So anyway, to get back to how we arrived at 2 records, at the end of, some songwriting sessions in LA and a bunch of songs that Paul Mark had written too, we had like 25 songs done. And when I mean songs done, I mean like done.
Oh,
like
wow.
You've been in a band, you are in a band, you know what it's like. You have some songs are not really anything. They're like, it's like a fucking guitar riff. It's not a song. We had like songs, like vocals are done, everything's fleshed out, and we've already cut the songs we don't like, and we had 25. So we got into, it's a good drummer down there. Huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Motherfuckers, yeah.
We should just listen to the drums for a while and not do the interview. This might be better content than me babbling. We will see how loud those drums are. But he's really playing a lot of he's hitting a lot of drums per second. Is that a measurement? Anyway. So we go to the studio and we have 25 songs, and it's kind of like we had a realization that if we make a regular 12-song album, that's more than half the songs that we like, that we put hard work into, some of which, like, it was going to be really sad to cut some of those songs. And we ended up saying, well, we don't really want to make like a 16-track single record, but maybe we could do 16 tracks on 2 records. So we found 9 songs to cut, and they're all still pretty good. Some of them will see the light of day, I think, down the road. But like, when you choose to cut, which ones do you cut? A lot of it's like, well, this song and this song, they fill like a similar space. They might both be great, but like, do you need 2 songs that are like roughly the same tempo, or like have sort of the same, like, okay, it's like sort of a pop punk song with a hardcore kind of bridge. Like, we don't need 2 of those on the record. So that's how we decided to cut some of them, but we loved all 25 that we went into the studio with. But like, that was the way around not cutting as many.
So was there ever a suggestion of just double album in it and just having 25 on one or 2?
We thought about that, but the main problem was the time, because when we booked the studio time, we really just were thinking about going and doing like 12, maybe 13, 14. Sometimes you have extra ones or deluxe ones or whatever. But we were already in the studio when we made this decision, and it was like, I don't know if we can do like a full double album with the amount of time we have, just like physically recording it, So that's why. And also, like, I mean, have you ever heard a good double album? Like, the Beatles couldn't even get it right. So, so I think we did it right with this approach, because both records are great, and I think it's cool to split them up a little bit. And also, like, we've done so many fucking albums. It's like, this is at least something different, Just like, here's LP 12 more songs. Like, what's there to talk about? I don't know. It's good, I guess,
But that's the thing as well, going to the whole new experience of writing and being in that room with other people, right? Which I'm very surprised by, because I just thought that would have been something maybe you would have done naturally, or maybe the other way around, of you going into rooms with other artists and writing for them, because because you featured on a lot of people's songs, and like you've done a lot of collaborations, obviously through doing the many podcasts as well, that like you just all those interactions. Was there like a big light bulb moment for you in particular with all that, of being like, I can let go, and maybe this creative process is completely different than anything I've done before?
It gave me a lot of confidence, because I don't know, like, I think part of it was my way or the highway. Like, I'm writing this song, I'm making all decisions on this song, and that's that. And I don't want anybody to sway my direction of my song, and next thing I know, it sounds like Ricky Martin. Like, I didn't want that to happen, I think, was the fear. And also, I think once I got in the room and I realized that I was as good a songwriter as these people, it gave me a lot of confidence. Because like a lot of these guys, they do this shit all day, every day. Some of these guys, they'll literally write like 300 songs a year. It's like I've written not even close to that my whole life, you know? So it's like, but once I got in that room and I realized like, okay, I can hang with these guys, and like they're telling me like, oh shit, that's a great idea, or that's a cool lyric, or to see them excited. That was a cool thing too. Like they're more excited about what they're working on than I am. It's like, this is sick. Like, so once that all happened and I realized these are like real people with like real musical tastes, and like just because they wrote a fucking Katy Perry song, or like nothing wrong with Katy Perry, she's fine, but she's fun. But like it's, you know, a lot of times it's like funny because like someone will have this resume where they've written all this pop shit and like stuff that I consider lame, and then they'll be like, yeah, like my favorite band's The Chariot. Yeah, like, okay, you know, and you're like, okay, and they like just totally get what, you know, I'm trying to do, because a lot of these people, like, they're nerds, they're musical nerds, and they really care about what they do, and you know, yeah, they're there for a reason. So yeah, once I let that go, like I think then the song started flowing out, and also then the stuff I was working on my own, I think got better too, because I wasn't second guessing myself as much. I was like, yes, I am a songwriter, damn it. And, you know, and whatever. So it ended up being a really good exercise for me, I guess. Yeah. And like moving towards the future, I think I feel better than ever about it.
Well, yeah, I think the problem is, see, like guys our age, we have, like, what we grew up with was like, I remember metalers used to be like, I hate pop acts, they don't even play their own songs and all this shit.
Right, yeah.
So, like, we were brought up like, oh, you know, you shouldn't really have writers and, you know, help, basically.
Yeah.
But then once we get into those things, like, I remember the first time I had like a proper producer who, you know, who dissected the songs and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, it makes us better. Like, why haven't...
Totally.
We should have been doing this sooner. But yeah, I think we've been so ingrained that you've got to do everything punk rock, you've got to do it all yourselves, that we've taken too long away for just asking for a bit of help or just getting stuff done.
No, you're completely right. And I remember when we were on tour with we were headlining, but it was A Day to Remember and Devil Wears Prada were underneath us, and they were like real like fast friends, and they like spent all their time together and whatever. And I remember hearing that Chris from Prada was going to write like the breakdowns on the Day to Remember record.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. You mean he's going to write like what? He's like not in your band though. And he's going to, and then it was like at the time that was really strange.
Yeah.
And this is like 2007 or 8 or whatever. But like now it doesn't seem that weird at all. Like for people to help each other out. And there's like certain people in the scene that are doing amazing stuff, writing for other bands. Like, you know, I think like Cody from Wage War, who's writing stuff for A Day to Remember. Like he co-wrote a song with Paul Mark for our last record, you know? So I think that there's no harm in it really. No. But I know we came from a place where it was like, this is your band, you write your own songs. And if you're not, then like you're Milli Vanilli or something, you know, which is horseshit. But
stupid, absolutely fucking stupid. Yeah, but for so long we were like, oh, well, I've got to do this. There's no other fucking way. Like the older guys will make fun of me if I do anything different. And then, oh wait, if I record with this fella, we can have a fucking good single. Oh, good. Let's do that then. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is the song and the band. So whatever makes the song and the band better, do that.
Right.
Do that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't mind the screaming, everybody. Don't mind.
That's just somebody being murdered in the distance.
Yeah, but and again, like you've been in this industry in the scene for so long, and it can get just monotonous of like, oh, the same thing over and over and again. So when you have an opportunity to try something different like this, It's just anything that can freshen this thing up. It makes it new and exciting, and you get to do it all over again with a different set of eyes.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it wasn't, the narrative isn't really like this, it's, everything I'm saying is true, but it's not like I was this, like, I didn't have writer's block. I didn't feel like beaten down, like, oh, I can't write anymore. And this was like great redemption story of my creativity. Like, it's not really like that, but it did result in a whole bunch more songs. And that did result in probably ultimately stronger records that we're putting out this year, because of it. Like, more material, probably better. It probably ends up being a better album, just, generally speaking, because, back in the day, like when we did Discovering the Waterfront, it has 11 songs on the record. We wrote 11 songs and they all made the record, and that was the record, so whatever, like, that's, to some people, that's a classic album, and that paved the way for a lot of things, and that put us on the map. So, it is not necessarily one right way to do it or the other, but I think generally speaking, the more material you have to choose from, the better the record's going to come out.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. I asked you this last time you were on with an album, because I just find it fascinating when you've written as many songs as you have, is still finding things to say, still finding lyrics and maybe not going over things you've already said, right? Like researching, like, have I used this word before? Have I used this kind of structure and stuff?
Yeah.
I know you had other people to work off, but like this time around, what gave you the inspiration for lyrics? Or what gave you the thing to push forward and find other things to sing about?
Well, there's been some rough things that have happened. There's a song, Skin and Bones, is written about the actual tragic murder of my ex-girlfriend. So that was, there was a lot there to write about. There was a lot of emotions, and, a lot of stuff. It's like weird too when you write a song sometimes, because like, you can have something in your head. You can be like, okay, I'm like, it was the worst. It was the worst, man. Like when that happened, about a year ago now, that she passed away, and the way that it happened, and like, it's kind of all you can think about, so you start writing, and we were just kind of writing crunch time. And, you start writing, and it's like, okay, I'm going to write a song about this. And then like, you don't get it right. But then from that, something else, like a part of, you write something about a part of it, or you write something about an emotion that's not directly related to what happened or her. But then that's like one thing that becomes a song, And then there's like a song, Skin and Bones, which was like directly about her, like quoted The Lord of the Rings, which was her like favorite thing. And, directly talks about like the last time I saw her, and, things like that. Right. Whoo.
Did you set that off?
Is this going to be okay? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's a loud boom. But, so, that's the thing about writing too. It's like, sometimes it can be like a title, like I had there's a song it's on the next record that isn't out yet, but it's called Widowmaker. And I just thought that was like a cool title. And then when I was working with this guy, Josh, in LA, awesome songwriter, awesome dude. He kind of said it reminded him a little bit of like what he's going through with, like, has a marriage and a kid, and feels like he doesn't have enough time for his family. And we just started talking about that a little bit, about what he was going through. And then the song ended up being more about him and his life than what I was going through, even though I came up with the title, right? So it's I always say songwriting, it's like, it's a dark art, and there's no path. There's no single path. It can be anything. It can come from anywhere. It can go anywhere. And no two songs are ever the same. And no two songs should ever be the same, because each song needs to be its own entity and its own, have its own life,
Yeah, and that's the thing with songwriting as well. I feel like it only takes one little spark to create a whole different thing or bring out lyrics and stuff within you that you didn't even know you could have.
Yeah, it can be complicated or it can be simple, you know? And I think that one isn't better than the other. There's songs that I've written that took me 20 minutes that were great songs that were huge, like hugely popular. Then there's songs that took me 3 years that like really no one cared about, you know? So it's you know, it's weird like that. It doesn't always make sense.
Is there any lyrics from the back catalogue that you always find strange, that like, oh, not strange, maybe surprising, that fans always gravitate back to or have tattoos of, and you think like, oh, really? Like, I didn't think of all the songs, of everything I've written, like that would be the one that has stuck with people the most.
That's a good question, man. I think, you know, I'll call it fate. You'll call it karma. Or no, that's not even right. You'll call it fate. I'll call it karma. People love that line, which is funny because it's sort of lifted from Ghostbusters.
Nice.
There's like a line, and I can't even remember the context that it is in Ghostbusters, but it's like similar. And you know, it's funny because I didn't even get it from Ghostbusters. I got it from a parking spot that said "Call it Karma" in a parking lot in California, and then I sort of extrapolated the rest of it somehow. I don't really remember, but that I'd say that's probably the most common tattoo. And it's interesting because, like, yeah, I don't think it's like a obvious, like, this song is about this and this. I think it means a lot to people because they make it their own, you know? Because when you think about it, you'll call it fate, I'll call it karma. I don't know. It's not an obvious thing. Like, there's a little bit of thinking that has to go into the mind to, like, I think, make that make sense. But obviously it does to people, or they wouldn't put it in their bodies forever. But yeah, that one's always interesting too. That song, like, was never a single. It's the last song on the record. It's a long song. It's like, I'm always surprised that was such a popular song, and that lyric was so popular. But like, it's the thing, man. Like, we never know. You make it a record, you never know. We don't know what the singles should be. We don't know what songs are going to resonate with people or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So
right on.
It's all that, it's interpretation as well. Like, I'm sure there's loads of bands that you're fans of that when you think like, oh, this lyric means a lot to me, or this song means a lot to me, but to the band itself, it might just be that was like, well, a throwaway song. Like, you know,
sure.
It all depends on what you can get out of the subject matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's true. And there's like always been songs from bands that, like, you know, growing up I loved that, like, they never played live. Like, this is a really random one. So believe it or not, I'm a pretty massive fan of The Offspring.
Yeah.
Like, I really
Second
like
time
The
today
Offspring.
somebody's mentioned The Offspring. Do you know Tucker from Thursday once got offered a drum for The Offspring?
No, crazy. That's cool.
There
And
you
he
go.
did do it?
He didn't do it. He chose Thursday over Offspring.
Wow. Yeah, might have been a mistake. I don't know.
Couple of quid left on the table.
A couple quid, yeah. Couple quid. No, but I love The Offspring, and like, I think the problem with The Offspring is they have so many shitty, lame songs. Like, Why Don't You Get a Job, and like all those, like, you know, joke songs that take away from some of their really good serious songs. And so they have this record Ixnay on the Hombre, which is like the follow-up record to Smash, which didn't do that well, and like, it's kind of not really talked about too much in their catalog. There's a song called Leave It Behind. It's like track 5. You know, it's pretty, and it's a great song. And I finally got to ask them about it. I was like, how come you never play Leave It Behind? And Dexter's like, oh yeah, we never played it. It's like, oh yeah, why not? It's like, it's a great song. He's like, oh really? I don't know. Yeah, we just like wrote it in the studio in like a day, and that's it. Never thought about it again.
That's crazy.
I know, right? And it's like to me, it's like one of their best songs. And I don't know. So, you know, I think like it is interesting what you know what you say. Like, it's just basically a throwaway song. Like, it didn't mean much to them, and means a lot more to me.
Yeah. Are they now considering ever doing it, or
I have no idea.
Oh,
I have no idea. I remember the story you tell me about Limp Bizkit when there was like a song that they never played.
Yeah.
That you convinced them to play.
Yeah. And then,
It's Shine from the Blackout. I remember every time I think like I see your name or I like think about you, I think of that story. So.
Good. I like that. Every time you think of me, Limp Bizkit comes into my mind.
Well, we have a song on our new record that's very Limp Bizkit inspired.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. It's called Stress. It's very new metal.
Just
I
the
think you
title
would.
is very
I think
new.
you would love it.
Oh, I'm in.
You should be in. Yeah, it's people are loving this thing.
Yeah, I thought you were going to tell the other. I got one other Limp Bizkit story like that where we were on stage in soundcheck and Sam Rivers, bass aficionado, was there watching us soundcheck.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "How come you guys don't play Pollution?" And he said, "Because you're already playing it. Because we had a song called Spread Legs Not Lies, which is very close to Pollution."
Wow, the call out.
And he was like, "Because you guys are playing it." And I was like, I was more chuffed. Like, I was happy because I was like, "You've watched us. I can't believe he knows our set list. This is unbelievable."
That is witty, though. That is
But yeah,
quick.
you're already playing it. Fuck. All right, Sam. Put some trousers on.
I love that.
Yeah. Good band. Great band.
Yeah. But that's the thing as well, like, you know, just being in this industry as long as you have, like, you can have those moments with the Offspring and be like, "Oh, let me ask you about that." And like, you know, I imagine as a kid, you would have thought like, "Oh, I never would have been able to have these moments and interactions with the bands I was obsessed with."
Still feel like a kid though when you have those conversations with like with the band, even though it's still weird. Like I still remember a moment where I was standing in like a little circle, and it was like Fat Mike and Joey Cape from Lagwagon and Tim from Res Against and me, and I'm just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know, it's and just having like a regular conversation with like dudes, and just you go back to like what would your 16-year-old self think in this moment. But yeah, I don't know. It is weird when you kind of reflect back on that, and life is a strange journey, that's for sure.
Have you had any of those moments while doing your podcast? Like, have you been like,
dude, I had Dave Mustaine on the show, like,
nice.
and like everyone's like, "Oh, he's a huge asshole." And he was so sweet.
Yes.
He was so sweet. And after the conversation, he like wanted to chat more, and he like was asking advice about like independent labels and like doing a record. I'm like, you're asking me advice?
Yeah. Mad.
You're a Megadeth. Like, what
You were in Metallica, actually.
Yeah.
You wrote like you were a big part of why Metallica sounds like Metallica, I think. So yeah, that's like, yeah, all the time there's like people that come on my show, and that's wild. I'm sure with you guys too. You guys have like huge names, and like,
who do we have lately? We had Serge Tankian not long ago.
Really? That's insane. Good for you guys.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Was he cool?
Yeah.
Super cool. We had him because he was promoting a book. Like, he brought a book out, but he didn't realize that we are not literary not fans, but like, we're not. It wasn't a podcast about literature or whatever. So as soon as he realized, he was like, "Oh, we're just going to talk about music or whatever."
He didn't care.
He was like, "Yeah,
Right.
great." And then, so we had Daryl Palumbo's a big one for me.
Yeah, I had Daryl on before too.
Yeah, because I love
He's a
him.
trip. He's got some stories, man.
I love Glassjaw more than myself. So yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, it's just like I even just walk past Thursday. Like, I'm friends with Thursday, but I just walk past and I'm like, it's fucking Jeff.
Yeah.
That's mad. He's understanding in the car crash.
He's a legend.
Yeah,
that guy.
He's literally a legend in this scene. Like,
Without that man, I don't know if we would be.
I don't know if any,
Or
all of us.
they were
Yeah, like,
so important. Like the mainstream, very unlikely mainstream success that they had early on, like being on MTV and all that. Like that really moved the chains, to quote American football. Like, that was so important, for everything to exist, to happen. I think without that, I don't know where anything ends up. Like, I don't know if My Chemical Romance becomes a thing, or Thrice, or all the bands that got signed that had, like, you know, any kind of screaming, right? Like, even though Thursday, you don't think of them as like a screaming band, it was like, it was enough that it started it, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy band.
Who's the maddest contact you say you'd have in your phone or follows you online?
The maddest contact?
Yeah, like what you
I like maddest.
go through your contacts and you're like, oh, that's mad. Why do I have this number?
I think I got Pete Wentz's number, but it's probably old. I don't.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Pete? Oh shit! No, it's not you.
Pete, I'm on Sappenin Podcast. Oh, he's hung up, boys. As soon as he heard Sap, he knew what it was, and he's hung up.
No, that's funny. Yeah, Sappenin. I don't know. I got a lot of people in here. That's for sure. Like, it would take me a long time to go through and find like the one. But yeah,
Sorry, what time
Pete
you on stage?
Wentz is
You know, on stage till gone 9. We've got time. Go through them all. Hey, Alan.
Does it get bigger than Pete though?
Ooh,
Really? I don't have Ollie Sykes in here. Sorry, guys. No Ollie.
Surely Wency's bigger than Sykesy.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wency over Sykesy.
I like that.
Well, Bruno Mars stopped in the street.
I don't have Bruno Mars. I have Bruno Mars producer though.
Oh.
That we grew up together. We were played in bands together. So yes.
Oh.
Small world.
Yeah, he's a guy.
Crazy.
No, I got a lot. If you need a plumber, I've got several plumbers' phone numbers in here. If you're looking for a plumber in Canada or Las Vegas,
Steve Vai's plumber. Fuck, why did I choose Steve Vai? Of all the people I could have gone for. I got Sykesy's number if you want it. If you swap me for Wency's.
I see. Okay,
we'll do a Pokemon.
exactly.
Trade. Let's
and then
trade up.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Just text him and be like,
they won't mind.
I traded your number for.
I think both of them will be fine with just being called randomly by us.
Totally fine. Yeah, and I don't text, by the way. I only phone. I only call. And if they don't pick up, I keep calling.
With this tour is named, 25 Years of Noise, and I feel like that's such a wild thing to look back on and think like you've been doing it for this long and this many albums and this many different kind of versions of the band and incarnations and like eras. Like, yeah, when you step into something like this, do you take a moment to look back and go like, damn, that's a lot. Like a lot of things has happened for Silverstein.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think we are totally comfortable with celebrating what we've done as much as celebrating what we're doing. You know, I think like that's the reality of our band, and I think most bands or all bands really that get to this stage. It's like you have the records and you have the nostalgia that people remember and why they are here, and if they're still here. It all kind of connects, but I think you can't lose sight on the new stuff as well. I think even when we were doing our 15-year anniversary, 10-year anniversary of Discovering the Waterfront, we still had a new record. We still had, a new song we were playing, and now we're still playing that song, and it's still a staple of the set list. And, it's like, it all builds on itself, because that's, I think something important for us is like continuing that. Like we did a 10-year anniversary last year of an album that was our 6th album, an album play. And like, no one does that. It's like people do anniversary tours. It's like album 1, album 2, maybe, no one does a 6th album. So we're proud of that people, our fans care about everything we've done and continue to. But for sure, man, like getting ready for this tour, like we have a big video intro where you have to see it, where we kind of, talk about how it started, and we have a bunch of footage from like all eras, and like putting that together, watching those old clips and looking at those old photos, like it brought me back, and it got me psyched for this tour and everything we're doing. And, we're also playing this record in reverse chronological order. So we start with the new stuff and we work our way backwards in time throughout the whole show. Wow. So it feels kind of like a bit of a time machine, if you will, with it. So we're embracing the 25-year thing pretty hard. playing a song from at least one song from every album as well. So it's pretty all encompassing and not just like, okay, slap a name on this because it's this year and we're just going to play whatever we want.
Yeah.
We're trying to do more than that for this tour.
Well, yeah, sounds like I've never heard of anybody doing it that way, where you start with the new stuff.
Yeah, well, it was funny because we like kind of, someone had the idea and I was like, this could be like tough just to make the set flow right. But then once we put it together, we were like, actually, this kind of works pretty well. And we're lucky because we have a few songs that are newer that are still like pretty popular or have the right energy to make the set flow. And it's not like people just waiting around the whole set until, oh, fuck, they don't play any old stuff for like, an hour. It's like, it doesn't feel like that at all. People are engaged the whole time.
Good.
Yeah,
Great.
During this process, has it made you think about any times in the band that maybe were like the hardest to be in Silverstein, or even vice versa, of like the best or the easiest? Because I'm sure being in this many records, again, there's ebbs and flows, right?
Sure, of course there is.
With things behind the scenes and labels and all that, I'm sure there must have been times where it's like, you look back and I go, wow, that was actually like a struggle. And there's bits now where you think like, oh, that time was like the best years of our lives.
Yeah, it's, I remember it well, like, and I don't think it's just because we're in the UK, but I remember we did a UK tour in 2007, and that was probably the most depressed I've ever been. Sorry, guys. And that was a hard time. And it's funny because that moment, it was our third record, and our third record's like probably my least favorite of our albums. And we were over here in the UK, and we had Bless the Fall supporting us with our old singer, Craig, who left the tour in the middle of it.
Oh, wow.
And they just had so their guitar player sang and their bass player screamed, and they made it work. And I don't know, we were in fucking Derby or something, and I was like, I'm ready to go home. And I was like the darkest days. It was that one tour I remember in the UK. And it's funny because that was so long ago, man. It's like 18 years ago. So if that's the worst it's been, it was 18 years ago, and I still remember it pretty well. I guess things have been pretty good since. And it's been awesome, really. Like there's, of course we have our days like everybody does where, shit goes wrong or whatever. Like our last tour, they got 4 or 5 inches of snow in Atlanta, which doesn't happen. So we had to cancel the show because none of the security could get to the venue. We can't do a show with no security. Yeah. So we had to cancel the show. Then we drove to Florida. We got stuck on the highway for 16 hours because of the snow. So we had to cancel that show. Then, we finally get to Texas. Then our bus breaks down. So we get a new bus.
Jeez.
We're stuck at a truck stop all day. Like this is all like within, like a 5-day period.
Yeah.
Like, and that was just last month. So like, shit happens, shit goes wrong, but like, I'm over it now. I feel good now. It's part of it. It's like what we're doing is sort of crazy when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
What we're trying to move around and put together and like, it's all nuts. So the fact that it even works once, let alone 95, more like 99% of the time, I guess, is it's pretty amazing. So like, at some point you have to like manage your expectations with like every single thing going perfect all the time in your life. It's just not gonna reality. Yeah. So I think I've gotten pretty good at that.
Yeah. What about that third record is that makes you think that's not the one you're most proud of?
Well, okay. It doesn't sound good. Songs aren't any good. Hated making it. Didn't like the producer. Yeah, I don't know. Is that enough reasons for you?
Yeah, that's
it was a really, really trying time. We came off Discovering the Waterfront, our most loved record. Everything was like going good. And I think we just didn't spend enough time writing the songs we needed to write. And yeah, I don't know. Didn't have enough of them. And then when we got to California to work with the producer, Mark Trombino, he's a big deal. He seemed checked out. He didn't seem like he really cared. Like, you were talking about, producers making songs better and whatever. And like, and oh, why don't you change this or this? And he like had barely any notes. And then he, there was like a lot of production things that he didn't want to do. Like he wanted to keep the production really like rock, really, and like at the time it was like Under Oath with like layers and layers of production. It's like, that was what we should have been doing, not stripped down. So it was a lot of bad decisions. And then we were there and like, I just didn't like working with him. My voice was like not working great. It's like I was losing my voice. We had run out of time. I had to do all the screaming for the whole record in like one day. And yeah, it was bad. It was just bad. And like, sure, the record isn't, I don't think the record is as bad as I like make it out to be, but part of it is I remember recording it. So then I hear it, when I hear those songs, I hear it in my voice, or, I hear my depression in my own voice or whatever it is. So yeah. So that's, I've been pretty candid about that record, not liking it, but it's fine because then we moved on and the next record we made was one of the best. So, that's the ebbs and flow, if you will.
Yeah. But I'm sure as well, though, you've probably met loads of fans who will argue on that and say, well, that means a lot to me. And you're like, really?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you do you, boo. Like, no, for real. And for sure, like, there's a song on that record called Still Dreaming, which is like people's wedding songs. And we did an acoustic version of it. And like, it's not like entirely worthless or anything, but like, it's also like it was the point in our career when like if we had made like maybe if we just skipped that record and made the next one, who knows, right? It's like maybe we'd be fucking at O2 or whatever, right now. We are at O2. We're at the O2 Ritz, not the O2 Arena, I don't know. Everything's O2 or Academy here. I get
it's all been molded out. Capitalism. Yeah. But yeah, tell you what we haven't asked you, though we've started asking a lot of guests. Where's the weirdest place Silverstein have ever played a show?
I thought you were going to say I've had sex.
Oh,
I mean, you can answer that if you want.
Do you know what? We haven't asked anybody.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Weirdest. We played a show in a baseball batting cage once.
What?
Like
in
where they
the batting cage?
It was in the batting cage. Yeah. That
constantly having.
Fuck. The machines were not turned on.
Thank God for that.
But that was very fucking weird.
Wow. That's the strangest one we've had so far, maybe. Well,
really? Yeah. That like comes to mind. I don't know. Other than that, I bet the other guys would have a better memory of some of the weird ones. We've done some like weird ones that were also cool. Like we played on a beach in Taiwan.
Oh,
and the stage was like perpendicular, I guess, to the water.
Yeah.
So like the stage was kind of like not in the water, but like the water was coming in from the side. So people were like half in the water watching, half on the beach watching, which was pretty sick. That was like cool. I can like remember that in my head really, really well.
I think you win with the batting cage one, to be honest.
I've got follow-ups to the batting cage. So was the band, you all just in the cage and then the fans were outside of the cage?
Was everybody in the cage?
Everyone in the cage? Or what? How?
We were all in the cage. There was like a bigger area. Like usually, I don't know how big baseball's not a thing here, right? But you know what it is.
Yeah. We got American
usually
TV.
Though, they're like you stand and there's like cages all around. So there's like where the ball gets thrown. So it's like long and skinny. But this one had like, it was, I don't know if they were able to open it up or whatever, but it was like more opened up. But it was still like there was probably 200. It was like probably 200 cap. Like it was a small place. This is in 2003.
Wow.
So, but I always think about the band. It was hot as fuck in there too.
You win. I think you've won, huh? You've won the weirdest place we've had so far.
Yeah, people said like zoos and fucking back of pickup trucks and stuff, but a batting cage.
We played the zoo here. Where's the?
It's the
festival that's at the zoo. That's weird. Yeah, that one.
Was that the same thing that we had? Was that the same?
No. But you've just reminded me. You once played Pontypridd.
Oh, you have played Pontypridd in South Wales. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's not weird to them, but it's weird
It's
to
a
the
weird
people.
sentence,
It's
isn't
a
it?
weird
Like,
sentence
for
to
us,
say.
it's a
yeah.
weird sentence.
Silverstein, Paramore have played Pontypridd in South Wales. That's weird.
I
Yeah, we
remember
did
the festival very
a
well.
full Ponty.
Yeah, I
it was.
remember.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that. But yeah,
Yeah.
great.
It's weird. I just find stuff like that so weird. So weird, like fast forwarding into everything.
So who's the hot Welsh band right now?
Holding absence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that. I thought I was wearing a Holding Absence t-shirt. It's in my bag. No, I know that. I know they're the
Holding
hot, they're the hot
Absence.
band. Is there another one? No, just them? Okay, cool.
Them? I think.
Well,
Because, Wales has such a history of
Yeah.
the thing
amazing post-hardcore bands,
thing is now, I'm trying to work out who can we claim, because if the singer's not Welsh, do we still keep them as Welsh? I'm being very patriotically segregated here.
I think if you get one, you can kind of sort of semi-claim it at least.
Yeah.
Well, Lucas from Holding Absence is now fronting Funeral for a Friend as well.
Oh, yeah? I did know that.
Double bubble.
Pretty cool.
What a voice. Yeah, he's fantastic. They are fantastic. I'm trying to think. Holding Absence. Dream State doing quite well.
Oh, yeah.
They're all right.
Yeah.
Well, they're very good. No. They're all right. They're all right. Just fucking crushing other bands' dreams.
I put you guys on the spot. It's okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
all these people getting back together, all these
Oh, yeah, but
reunions
nobody
going
gives
on,
a fuck
isn't
about that. You said hot new, not fucking old,
I care.
slow old.
I care.
Thank you.
Congrats. Feel good to get back on the horse?
Yeah, that's all I wanted. I started this basically to beg every week to my bandmates. Listen, stop hanging out with your stupid children and come and hang out with me. That's what I've done.
And it finally worked. What have you guys been doing this for 7 years or
Yeah.
something? It's been a while.
6.5.
Yeah.
7.
Wow, I have a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good though.
I love it.
Did it feel like getting back? Sorry, now I'm interviewing you.
Please.
I should have you on my show though.
I'd like that. Thank you.
Yeah, how did it feel getting back on the horse? Did it feel the same? Did you find there's muscle memory?
Unbelievable
you never
muscle
left?
memory. Yeah. So when our first rehearsal, me and Gavin, the other singer, we were looking at each other, just going, I don't know the word. Across the practice, across the rehearsal. And then all of a sudden, when the part came,
You just
all the
knew
word-
them.
They were all there.
Isn't that weird?
But they weren't in my head, which is very strange.
If I find if you start trying to remember them, then you forget them. If you just let them come, they're just there.
Yeah. But what also I found is not to go on any lyric websites to find out my own lyrics, because they've got them all wrong.
Yeah, I know.
So that's two of us. That's me going, I don't know what this is, but I know it's not whatever. I've never sung the word blancmange in my life. Why is this written down?
Dude, I know. I'm still waiting for the misspelled Silverstein tattoo because of the lyric site being wrong. My Heroine, probably our biggest song, on the lyric site, it says, "You taunt my heart."
Uh-oh.
You taunt my heart. That is not the line, man. And yeah, so God bless. God bless.
Yeah. But no, it's great to be back. We did our first tour in 9 years last February. It's literally a year ago now. A year ago today was the last show in London before we went to thing, wasn't it?
Miami, yeah.
We went to Miami for the Emo's Not Dead cruise.
Wild.
So, yeah.
Oh, you guys went on that?
Yeah.
We went on it this year and last year.
Nice. We are maybe.
I was just about to say, are you doing next year's one because it's a bigger boat? And I think that would be amazing.
We did the first one. We had a good time, and it hasn't worked out. So I think we're expecting an offer, but I don't know yet if we're doing it.
We'd all like that.
But it's a good time.
Yeah. The next cruise coincides with my 30th birthday, so I think it'd be rude if you didn't play, really.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not
So you have
booking
to
it,
play
but
now,
you have
and
to.
now you have to play for free because he's just made it.
No, I want them to get paid.
All right.
I'm just telling him in advance so you can bring me.
Are you the promoter?
You need to speak to Dave.
Rips off a mask. It's Matt Control.
Ariel. But yeah. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed. We've been invited back next year. Hopefully, we'll see you on the boat.
We'll see. Yeah.
In the wet mosh pit.
Yeah, I heard it's a bigger boat and there's a go-kart track.
Go-kart and there's water slide.
If you want to get dumb band guys to do your thing, you just have to say go-karts, and everyone's like, wait, what? Wait. Is there beer and go-karts?
Do you know what's missing from the middle of the ocean? Being able to drive round in a circle. Said nobody ever. Do you know what would make this shit better? A go-kart. Like, it must have been somebody from a band who suggested that to the cruise liners. Like, you're missing a go-kart track on this. But
If you just forget to turn around the bend of the go-kart, you just go right off the edge of the boat.
straight into the triangle. Straight into the Bermuda Triangle.
Plus, such a Mario Kart, like,
In with the
fail.
UFOs.
Like, yeah.
Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
Well,
Here we are.
no one thought we'd get to Rainbow Road. But
Nobody's expecting a Mario Kart reference, but here we are.
What character would you choose on Mario Kart?
Oh, Bowser.
Bowser guy?
A large and in charge, baby.
Toad every time.
Nah. I was Toad.
Small and fast.
The original. See, I'm old school, so I never really even played the 64 version. I'm
Yeah.
older than that.
Yeah, me
Super
too.
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, yeah.
So Toad and Koopa Troopa were like the same character.
Yeah.
And that was the shit. Sometimes Yoshi, just because he's
So
cute.
they
Yeah,
change.
Yoshi.
They
But-
change later on, do they?
These days, I like to play with Bowser. I never win, but I just like to be the biggest guy. And
I haven't
bully
played it for
people around.
years, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I would have gone for Toad, but
we
yeah,
have a Switch. We play Mario Kart sometimes, but other than that, I don't play a lot of video games anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah, I haven't played anything for years. I don't think. Grand Theft Auto 5 probably, but that's still going now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
here we go.
There is, yeah. I'll spin the question on you. What's the hot Canadian bands that we should know about, that we don't know about?
Oh.
What about?
Billy Talent, Alexis on Fire.
I haven't heard of them. They're any good?
Avril
Boys Night
Lavigne.
Out is back.
That's true.
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
new bands. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not privy to that information.
That's
No.
some 41. I reckon they're going to do well.
They've had a good run.
As long as they keep going, I think they're going to do all right. They're just about. I think they'll break through any second. Some 41, as long as they don't fucking give up now.
Yeah, no, I will. There's a couple bands I'll mention though. One we just had on our tour. They're called Arm's Length. They just signed to Pure Noise.
Very nice.
They are awesome. And it's funny being on tour with them. Our 25th anniversary. Some of them are not even 25 years old.
Oh, that made me feel sick. I would say you're not allowed on the tour unless you're over 25. That would be my rule. You can't have a support band
like
younger-
renting a car.
Yeah. You can't have a support band whose members are younger than your actual band. Like that's I hate the word aging.
Well, yeah. I mean, I definitely know what you mean. Because I think of all the stupid shit I did, it was all pretty much before I was turned 25. So, well, I mean, and last week, but yeah.
But yeah. Well, thank you very much for this.
Yes, it's
Thank
always a
you.
pleasure, man.
Thank you.
You guys are professionals, man.
We're not though.
Wow.
We're
This is
just
like,
this
it's good to
class
see you guys grow. Can I ask you guys one more question?
Yeah, fire away.
You guys do such a good job not talking over each other and like not, like knowing your flow. How do you do that? Because it's like I started a podcast where I have a co-host.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've always done it myself.
Yeah.
And I find it's difficult when you have a co-host to like kind of know who's asking what or who's interjecting or like.
I think
You guys do a great job with that.
I think what it is because we don't sit down and be like, right, this is what we're going to ask everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm genuinely interested of what the fuck's going to come out of his mouth. So I'm like, oh, here we go. And like, I think the thing vice versa is he's thinking, oh no, is he about to ruin our career? Like, am I going to say something that's going to get both of us killed or arrested?
Well, of course, like you guys edit this shit too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing is I don't
hardly-
think you have to edit it very much at all.
No, it's
hardly any.
more making it sound good rather than take things out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's harder too when you have like everyone talking in the same room. If you talk over each other, you can't really take that out. But you guys do a really good job of
Thank you very much.
Thank
of
you.
that. And that's drums. Those are real.
They are
Put that in.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, when the music fades in at the end, it's like, that would have been perfect right there.
But no, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I
Thank
appreciate
you for
that.
your time. Thank you as always for the music and for the inspiration over the years.
Thanks, bud.
And I hope this tour is going to be as brilliant for
the song. Listen to it.
you.
Stress.
Stress.
Our inner dursts.
Please plug the new podcast. Please tell people about it very quickly.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not music. It's a pinball podcast.
Oh,
So I know pinball's not huge in the UK, but it's getting more and more popular.
that's interesting.
And yeah, if you like pinball, chasing around a little silver ball with some flippers, check it out. It's called Nudgecast.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, absolutely no one listening to this is going to check it out.
You'd
But
be surprised.
I tried.
Yeah,
I
you'd be
tried.
surprised.
If you like pinball, check it out. And we bullshit. It's a good time, and we do have pretty good music in there too. Good curated music.
Nice. Well, good. Congratulations, and yes, have a great tour.
Thanks, man.
I hope you're going to get the reception I think you're going to get, and see you soon. Hopefully.
See you very soon.
Thanks.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Sweet.
Yes! That was Shane Told of Silverstein for the third time on Sappenin Podcast. Good times.
I absolutely love Shane. I do love every time we get to sit down and just have a chat about everything Silverstein and he's just been going on with, right? Like, Lead Singer Syndrome was one of those podcasts that took off very early on before the fluctuation of all these other podcasts and stuff, which is always an interesting insight anyway. But just to know Silverstein have been at this for 25 years, the album, the back catalogue they have, all the live experiences, just a band I feel always get better as well. They're a band like the last few records have hit home with me a little bit more personally, which is always wonderful to see a group going that far in their career. It's not stale.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah.
They're
They
not
seem to
going
be
through the
going
motions.
strength from strength to strength somehow in this fucking 20-year long career. It's bonkers. But yeah, fair play to them. They're putting out some of the best music. I nearly said content then. Putting out some of the best music that they've ever put out. So yeah, Congratulations to the boys. We love speaking to Shane. Well, I just love seeing all of those boys. They're all absolute lovely, lovely chaps. So big love to all of Silverstein, not just Shane. In fact, fuck Shane. We only like the other members of Silverstein moving forward. This is our last ever Shane Told podcast. Unless you ask me on Lead Singer Syndrome.
We had a really wonderful day in Manchester recording this. You can go back and listen to an episode we did with Tucker from Thursday and Ellis Dunes as well, where we talk really in depth and mention how we almost joined The Offspring, which is worth the story in its own. And we might have another podcast to come from that session over the next few weeks as well. You can keep up to date with everything we've got going on, bonus podcast, behind the scenes malarkey, and find out first about any major podcast life-changing announcements we might have coming up at patreon.com/Sappenin.
Life-changing? It better be life-changing.
I hope it is.
I want a gold yacht by the end of this year.
Well, we might have something that might involve... Shut up,
Mug.
We're not getting gold yachts.
Shut up, Mug. Just shut up. Not about this. No, just everything. Moving forward, just shut up. No, but yes, we've got some very, very exciting news coming up very, very soon. Now, we cannot wait to share with you. But yeah, it wouldn't have been possible without the Patreon. The people in our Patreon who have kept us going all this time, genuinely now, it's because of them that we've got to do 335 podcasts. So, I want to say thank you very much to anyone who's ever been part of our Patreon. But as always, I've got to mention the elite members, the top tiers, who are my favorite people on earth. So if you want to be one of my favorite people on earth, Hudson's just looked me in the face because I said other people are my favorite people on earth. Thank you very much, Kylie Wheeler, Janelle Caston, Paul Hirschfield, Tony Michael, Dilly Califragilistic Expeller Grimwood, Scarlett Charlton, Mitch Perry, Nathan Croshaw, Johanna, Jonathan Gutierrez, Molly Malloy, James Bowerbank, Amy Louise, Kat Besant, Amy Hogg, Ian Gent, Chris Sauer, Jenny Robertson, Amy Dawson, Scott Jones, Mayumi, Stuart McNaught, Ellen Southfield, John and Emma, Jennifer Dean, Caroline Robertson, Jenny Munster, Gaynep, I don't know, I still don't know.
Gaynep profile picture. Shout out.
There you go. Hudson's just giving a shout out to Gaynep's profile picture. Thank you very much. Louis Cook, Carl Pendlebury, James McNaught, Jason Heredia, Martin McManus, Danny Eaton, Span, Craig Harris, Thomas O'Neill, Ollie Amesbury, Dan Peregrine, Emily Perry, Adam King of the Gospel. Don't quit your band. That's me saying that, not what his name is. Khalil Keane, Lamda Lee Martin, Josh, I married Miss Wright. Didn't know her first name was always Crisp.
Oh, wow.
He's rocking the boat this early on. Fair play to him. Oh, well, that was fun anyway. He haven't even been married a week, and he's ended it. Anyway, thank you very much. Laura Russell, Fraser Cummins, Sophia Zuravska, Kyle King of the Slothsmith, and last but no means least, Connor Lewins.
Ooh, we appreciate every single one of those people. You literally help this thing continue each and every week. We have, I can't stress enough, a huge announcement being announced this Thursday, May the 1st, with all fingers crossed if all goes to plan. Please go and check out @Sappenin Pod and give us a follow.
Please.
So you can see the news. If you want a hint and find out what it is before, sign up to the Patreon. We are so excited about this. We can't wait to tell you about. Also, we have merch. There's a new t-shirt design and a pin badge that we have available for pre-order. To go and find all the links either on our Patreon or @Sappenin Pod on Instagram. I'm going to stop rambling. This has been a great episode. Very exciting times for the podcast coming up. Next week's going to be an insight into what is happening next. Do you have any other further comments, Sean?
No comment. I plead the fifth. So, yes.
That's always the best response.
Yes, thank you very much to everybody who listens to this. Please give it a share. As Morgan said, @Sappenin Pod on the social medias for now. Yeah, wicked. Thank you again to Shane. Thank you for Silverstein for having us and letting us just roam about randomly at the gig. We could have stole all of their gear if we wanted, but I'm not very good at carrying stuff because I'm a former... I'm a front man. I said former front man. I'm in 2 bands.
You are,
Check out Raiders and check out The Blackout. Some shows coming up. Check them out. Raiders Band UK on social media. The Blackout music or bland. I don't know. Just whatever. Anyway, let's go.
Sappenin!
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast with Sean Smith and Morgan Richards. Thank you very much for downloading this podcast or streaming it, or I don't know what else you do with podcasts. Thank you very much.